The time has come. Our tower here needs to be put to use for actual farming and doing all the farm things. We have a lot of melons and pumpkins, but I have to remember to harvest them. So if we're going to use them for trading with our villagers, yeah, that's got to be something that's a little better than that. It's taken us a long time, and we only have 3. That won't. That's not gonna work. No. We need more. We also need quite a few other things. So over in the tower, and I don't know why I ran through the base. Over in the tower, we have been working on a storage setup because before we start building the farms, I need a place to collect everything. We have all the different things we're going to collect here up on our walls: melons, pumpkins, sugarcane, all the moss components, and some cactus. So we will, yeah, we're going to sort those into these chests here. But I want to take the opportunity to show some of you just maybe how that gets done. Usually, following after the very legendary Impulse SV, you would use a repeater and have one less block. But Bedrock is weird. I know. You're surprised, right? Okay. So, the community discovered, and I give this attribute to Silent Whisperer for demonstrating oh so proficiently. I'll put a link to his video. But you can get rid of the repeater by adding in an extra jump of your redstone going into the target block. The redstone needs to come from behind like this, which means we use the transparency of glass to make that happen. So building it out in a line is pretty easy. You just grab your stuff, you start throwing out the line of whatever it is you're going to put in, and then you stack it on top. I know a lot of people go back through after the fact with things like the redstone, but I like to do this kind of one by one and just get it all done. A few blocks, a few more blocks, and now we're ready for the comparator. This is a hop, a skip, and a jump, and we're done. I'm going to finish this up. We need to add in the rest of our hoppers and then put in our hopper feed line to come over here and build in a little overflow protection. So I'm going to go ahead and finish filling that out, and we'll see what it looks like afterwards. All right, storage is done. Melon Farms. We're going to try a different one. Most Melon Farms everyone's familiar with. You have piston, observers, checkered all the way across your ground. But the problem with those is you need a rail cart. So I am experimenting with a vertical design. So I'm getting a test bed going here. This is the first level. I'm going to try that. Why is it raining when I do this? Kind of weird. Anyway, I want to see what this is like if it'll run. It's not going to be the most efficient farm ever, but I'm not here to be the most efficient farmer. I'm here to be practically good. Is kind of my goal. We're going to hop down. We're going to grab this first batch of melon seeds, or excuse me, pumpkin seeds, and stick them back up. And ideally, I have enough water that they all stay hydrated. I said I need to till all of them. You can see they're firing off already when those are there. The idea behind this is when these grow up and sprout a pumpkin, they'll put it on either side, either the left or the right. And when that happens, this will fire and it's going to poof, shoot them off. And they're going to fall down in here. Well, this, once all is said and done, will actually end up being a water stream. That's going to push everything over to this side, where under this torch, I have the input feed to the storage system. So we have a couple of options as we do this. We can stack this up and go taller, but we can also bring it out forward. And since I know we need just one thing in the back there, we'll grab our blocks real quick. This would be the line to our next redstone. With the water block in front of it, and then the dirt block in front of that. So we can actually take this space and reintroduce yet another little bit of it. And if I do this right, I think we can get over here, shooting off this way, and landing in the hole. But I think we can get 3 rows of this, which isn't going to be a whole lot, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only maybe about 12 pumpkins, but if we wanted to, we could stack it. We could very easily throw another set at the top, and they too would just poof right on over. I don't know if we're going to stack it too tall. We're already quite a bit closer to the roof than I anticipated, and we still have to do the 4 or 5 blocks for the cactus, right? So that's going to be, there's a block there. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about where the cactus needs to be. And we haven't even done anything for sugarcane yet. Or moss, which means this is going to have to be much, much taller. The alternative is actually squeeze more in here. So bring this vertically for pumpkins, and then maybe use this spot here for sugarcane, which the sugarcane could almost be thinner. We don't need that third one, right? The we could just fire off this way. So they can kind of share a hole. Ooh, maybe that's what we need to do all together. Maybe this could fire off this way as well. And then they would butt up in the middle with another going that way. We're still only going to get 3 or 4 out of here. So, I don't know. Trying new things. I don't want to build a loader and unloader for a rail cart. I don't want to have a rail cart going around and around and around. I don't want to have a rail cart getting lost because Bedrock has stupid, goofy things about rail carts just stopping. And since my storage system is right underneath this, I don't want to break it up just to see if the rail cart's still moving every time we go to do it. I want to come up with something new, and I think this design could be kind of fun. So I'll tinker with it, and like I said, the tower, we're not really bound by its current height. We could bring it up. And if I can't fit the sugarcane in here, that's not a terrible loss. But I'm sure we could figure something out, especially with this kind of nifty vertical design. All right, my experiment in pumpkin farming is underway. We got some bone meal and grew these up on this first row since they face each other. And I'm really curious if they'll actually hit the other blocks and fall into the water, or if they're just going to bounce over to the other pistons and observers, which that wouldn't be a good thing at all, would it? No. Oh, that work? No. Yeah, we're going to watch them for a few minutes, see how they grow, but I figure we got these 8 ready to spawn on that side, and 4 more over here that still need to grow up a little bit, but they'll be just fine on their own. And I got the water stream underneath, and what that'll do as they, sorry, it's kind of weird, as they pop off, it will shoot into the water, ideally, and float all the way over here to the edge of the platform, where I can funnel it, not up, down, float all the way over here, where I can funnel it right where that torch is, right into my storage system. So that's going to be the operating idea we've got right now. And I just realized, because that's water, we could probably run dripstone. See how that grows. We'll come to that later. But yeah, we're going to need to build in the filters, which means I actually need material to do that. As you saw, I only have the tin cactus and our little, excuse me, coming through trees. Little cactus area over here doesn't exactly generate a whole lot. So in order to get that really going, we're going to have to pop that off. But before I build the cactus, I need to make sure that we're okay with a second level of pumpkin for the melon component. That's kind of the direction I'm going to go. All right, up to the 3rd floor of the farm tower, and it is Cactus Gathering time. We've got some cacti up here on their sand blocks, fence posts in the wrong positions to demolish their, what do you call a cactus? Leaves? Petals? Well, when it grows up, it's going to break. And when it breaks, it's got to go somewhere. When it goes somewhere, we're going to make it go towards the middle of the floor. I might have to raise this up as I've been building it, because originally I thought, well, I'll have it all come here, right? But it's going to come here at that level. And then that means this needs to be full. Because the idea here is this should be a water chute to go out, to dump down. And I can't do that if these have water on there. So I need to figure that out. And that's going to be interesting. But I don't know. We'll come up with something smart. Let's go check on our pumpkins. Don't see any hanging out here. Wait here for a moment or two and let's see if we actually get one that pops into view. Maybe we'll be lucky enough. Boy, out in the wilds of Minecraft, there are fields of orange berries the size of a block of meter dirt. And the wise Minecrafter, he can collect them, grow them, replenish them, and then sell them off to villagers for emeralds. That was really bad, wasn't it? Come on, pumpkins. Well, Mr. Snowman, how do you like it? We still have some decoration to do because it doesn't look very good. And we had to relocate our ladder to the outside for roof access, but we have the inside sorter ready to rock it. We can even drop down and add a second level of chests and whatnot if we end up needing it. Not sure how much we will. We still have to kind of figure out what all is going to go where. And as you can see, we have some pumpkins that are starting to trickle in. If we take advantage of our outside access, come up, we can fall down to our doom. If we take advantage of the outside access and put a block here so we don't fall, we've got the pumpkins and melons. And as you can see, the pumpkins are kind of collecting there on the edge, which is something I was afraid of. But we might see what we can do for that. And then we also have cactus on top, but I wanted the pumpkins to make sure they didn't go flying off too far. So I put this little space, but I think we can get rid of that. I don't think it's necessary, especially because we have all the water below there. So all this stuff is just going to come down with us, and it'll be great. I'll go down, we'll purge that out of the system, but that is kind of sort of how it works. I want to get out of the way in case a pumpkin decides to try to grow. But if we take the pumpkins and throw it, they're going to end up and go right down in the middle. Same thing with the cactus. They'll drop from their little chute, boink, right into the hole. So the only thing that we have to kind of work on is problems like this, where the pumpkin is stuck up here, probably because of the way this is. But I think we'd end up with this problem even if it was switched, because the redstone would be in the way. So we are either going to have to accept that it's not lossless or figure out how we can make it go only one block when they're facing. Might be something we keep an eye on, but for right now, I'm not overly worried about it. And Cactus Farms, relatively straightforward. we kept it simple. We went with the straight grid and pop off on the fence post down into a funnel, which, like I explained earlier, we come out here. So beautiful. That means it's going to be green dye. We can use it for cyan. We can also use it for additional XP in the furnaces just to smelt something down. And if we wanted to, we could turn it into bone meal. So that's great. And it's only going to be getting greater because just in the few minutes we've been here, we've already got a couple stacks of stuff floating around. How about that? And I heard more. This is great. We need to get these sorters set up so it starts funneling in the things into the right spots where we want it. And I think we actually kind of want, I think we want the pumpkins to come this way. But before we do that, we need to set up a filler item, right? So the point of the sorting system is whatever you throw in there, no matter what it is, only goes into the hole or the hopper that you designate it to go into. And it doesn't work if lots of places will accept it. So you need to make sure that you put an item in those hoppers that isn't going to fall in there. You don't want to put something in there that can stack up and then everything gets broken. The best way to guarantee that is to name something. In the past, I've done things like grab paper and whatnot like that, but today, I have something that I think is going to be fun that you just might enjoy. You see, I have this cooked beef that we're really not using from the cows when we collect them. And what better filler item than a fillet? We love to fill things up. So it's a fillet for us. We're going to go stick that in the sorter and get some of this stuff popping. Get it? Popping. Oh, that was good. So yeah, I want the pumpkins and melons to be kind of center stage because realistically, I'm going to grab those for the villagers more than anything else. So what I was thinking is we might just go kind of in order as we see there, right? Cactus, moss, maybe some of the azalea or carpets. We'll hit up the cactus, and then we can worry about sugarcane. And if we ever get bamboo, that could be here on the end, because all four of these things would be handy to have. So I think to get the show started, we will throw that there. So as we have the one item going down along with our filler items, this should stop at about 41. And now whenever pumpkins come across that is where they're going to stop. So that also means we need to make sure that these aren't moving. So I don't know that we have enough cactus just yet because we only have these 27 to really get that part started. But the nice thing with this system is it needs that much power to unlock. So that'll actually work just fine. Kind of the same thing for the moss. We just have to actually do something to fill it up and get it underway. We could absolutely just stick another filler item in there. And of course, because we're not going to be filling it up, but because we're not going to get another filler item floating through here, I don't think we're really going to have to worry about that a whole lot. I'm going to fill all of these up, get it ready to go for us to receive, and then we'll see what happens. And if this ends up being a little overflow chest, well, I don't know. Maybe so be it for right now.